Hi guys, and welcome back. So today I want us to create a beautiful cover for your adult coloring book, and we'll be doing that on Canva. Yeah. So in the end, what you'll have is a beautiful cover like this one that's front and back. Yeah. I'll show you everything from creating the image, the cover image, and the layouts of the back cover, how to choose your fonts, etc. Right. And by the way, if you want to know how to create these beautiful mockups for your A plus content, you can check out the video that's about to pop up here right now. So the cover has different parts, as you can see. So let's start from the back and see how to create each. These are the coloring pages, obviously, that you will have created for your coloring book, all these three. And here they are. Yeah. So these are the coloring pages. This is the first one. Yeah. The second one. And then this is the blank page behind the coloring pages, right? This is the bleed through page, right? That I decided to have some writing on. Like I said on my video where I showed you guys how to create coloring books, which I will also link up here and in my description. I had mentioned that I don't leave my bleed through pages boring and black or white. I add some pattern. So I did add some text, as you can see, and I always use custom fonts, right? You can use, of course, the fonts that are available on Canva, but I like to use less utilized fonts where will have some form of uniqueness in my coloring pages. And obviously, like I had mentioned in the other video, I get my fonts from Creative Fabrica. I really love their unique fonts because you'll not find them used everywhere, right? Like I can leave the links to the specific fonts that I have used in the description. I used this one called Handwritten. As you can see, let me show you guys. There's this called Handwritten. Yeah. And on my cover, I have also used this other one. It's called Cake and Bread. It's also a custom font that I got from Creative Fabrica. Here it is. Yeah. So these fonts are very easy to install on Canva. Let me show you guys how to install them. This is how you install them. So let's assume this is where you are. You've written your text, and then you want to change the font. You'll come over here to the font drop down. Then at the bottom you'll see upload a font. Yeah. Then you'll click that, and then you'll be able to upload your font after you've downloaded it from Creative Fabrica. You'll be able to upload the specific font file up on Canva, right? Okay, so that's for that. That's the bleed through page, as I had mentioned. And then, so let's go back. So those are the three pages that we have over here. Remember, I'll leave the fonts in the description, the links to the fonts on Creative Fabrica, and you can choose other fonts that you want. There are a lot to choose from that can brighten up your pages. Yeah. And then I had a little description here, some text, to explain the book. I used regular font available on Canva called Comic Sans. Yeah. And I just put the three pages at the top and had some shadow at the back, so that it just looks to add to its uniqueness a little bit. Let me show you guys. Let me zoom in. As you can see, there's some shadow. If you want to add a shadow, what you do, you come over here to edit image, drop down, go down. Here we are on shadows. Yeah. And then you'll pick one that suits you. I always pick glow for the back pages. Yeah. Right. And then let's go back to the front side of the covers. Okay, so on the front we have the title, yeah, of the book. And as I mentioned, that's a custom font that you can get on Creative Fabrica, and then we have a subtitle. Yeah, and I like to put some effects on my text because just so that they are easily seen. Because without effects, as you can see, you can't see the subtitle. But when I add the effect back, which I think was outline, yeah, and it was outline with white as the outline color selected, right? So the font is black, and then you have an outline in white. Yeah, then the text somewhat pops up. Yeah, and then even in the text itself of the title, you're able to select different colors because this is a coloring book. You want it a bit colorful and fun. And then we'll go to the major part, which is creation of the image. Yeah, so to do that, we'll go over to ChatGPT because we want to get some coloring image ideas. Okay, so here we are on ChatGPT. This is the prompt I wrote because I already had created the cover as you have seen. So I said I want to create a cover for my coloring book. The book is titled, I misspelled that. The book is titled Empower Her, a coloring book for women. I ended up adding a self-care coloring book for women. This book will feature images of women partaking in different self-care activities, and each will have compatible quotes that are empowering. Please write for me great cover image ideas for the book. I would love the cover color themes of one, choice jewel tones, and I also wanted some neon lights, right? I wanted the colors to be really popping and feminine for this particular book, as you can see. So one of them was, a garden with, vibrant jewel toned flowers and foliage. The woman sits cross legged, eyes closed, with a calm expression. Like, these are really, really great ideas. I always love coming to ChatGPT for these image ideas because ChatGPT will generally, have more ideas than I can come up with by myself. Yeah. So with all those ideas generated, I'll go over to my, AI image generator of choice, and it's free. It's a Bing Image Creator. Yeah, it's totally free. You can use it max, like you can max it out. Like, it's absolutely free. Yeah. So we'll come over here to create. But if you haven't yet started creating any images, you land on this page. Yeah, and then you can just use this blank space to write, and then you'll create image over here with the pink button. But since I already have images I've created, like these ones I had created of a Japanese garden, I think they look pretty cool. I'll just edit the prompt that I used there. So let's go back and fetch one of the image ideas. So here it is, a serene garden. So I'll just copy the entire thing, copy. Then I'll come back and of and then I'll just replace that. Yeah. So it will be a colorful illustration of a serene garden, blah blah blah, as we had received from ChatGPT, and then we'll have that ending, as it were. Then we'll click on create. Then we'll just wait for it to do its thing. Then here we are, some ideas. Here's the first one. Here's the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. I think I like this a lot. This is nice. You can use that if you want. And then let's go back. Let's do another example. Let's do an example with the one that we actually have on the a futuristic forest scene with lit trees and plants. The woman walks confidently through the glowing path. Yeah, I think this was it. Let's copy that. And then we come back to our prompt. Remember, after a and you'll just select everything in between those two sections and then paste, right? Then I'll just paste, right? And then I'll create. Here they are. These are also really nice. Here they are. There's that one. There's that one. I think I like this one a lot. You can, if you like one, you can just right click and then you'll find open image in new tab. That will just pop up in the next tab. Here it is, right? And then you can just right click again and save image. So you'll be able to download that to your computer. So here we are, and then we'll find whichever we want to use, and then we'll use that. And if you're not satisfied with what you have, you'll just click on create again to be able to regenerate fresh versions of that same image. Yeah. Then fresh ones will come. Then you look at those. If you like them, you'll select, one from those if you like any of them. Yeah. So that's it. So that's how you'll create your images. But as you can see, these images are square shaped, right? I'll show you guys how we'll be able to use these for our coloring books that are in portrait format of 8.5 by 11 inches. Okay. So when you have your image saved in your computer, you'll come back to Canva. Okay, so here we are on Canva. Actually, before you get to Canva, we have to establish the size of our cover. Okay, and to do that, we already know that our cover size is determined by the amount of pages in our book. Yeah, the total amount of pages that are in the book will determine the size of the cover. Okay, so in this instance, our book, we intended to have a book that has 30 coloring pages, and then the bleed through pages for each book, so that's 60, and then we'll have 5 pages for the other introduction, author page, and the copyright page, etc. So that's 65 pages. So let's go over here. This is the Amazon cover calculator. Yeah, if you just type Amazon cover calculator on Google, you'll land on this page. Yeah, and then when you land on this page, you'll be able to calculate the size of your cover so that the cover fits the book perfectly on Amazon KDP. So let's select our book features. That's gonna be a paperback, black and white interior type. Paper type will go with white. Reading direction, I think that's left to right. Yeah. And then the measurements will be in inches. Yeah, this is because we want an 8.5 by 11 inch book. Yeah, and then the pages are 65. Yeah, then you'll click on calculate dimensions. When you click on calculate dimensions, this page will pop up, and this will show you the dimensions of your cover. So these are the numbers to take: 17.396 by 11.25. This is the full cover dimension, right? So we'll go with this to Canva. So I'll just copy that, and then I'll go over to Canva. So we'll come over here to create a design, custom size at the bottom here, and then we'll ensure that the drop down is on inches because that's what we selected, and then I'll just paste that. Yeah, that was the width, and then the height was 11.25. Just copy that, paste. Yeah, and then you will create new design. Yeah, also you'll ensure that because this is the template that will show you which parts you shouldn't touch with regards to text and images, so that there's enough space for the barcode at the bottom, and also for the spine, etc. So to have that, you'll just come over here to download template. Right beneath the yellow calculate dimensions button, you'll find the download template. So you'll click on download, and that template will be downloaded to your computer. Right there it is. Okay, so we'll go back to our new design. Here it is, it's just been created. And then we'll be able to upload our template that we've just created on Amazon Cover Calculator. So let me just upload that and I'll be right back. So here it is. Here is the template. You'll just find the image file inside the zip folder that you'll get from the cover calculator. So I'll come and pull this corner to corner. Again, I showed this in the other video that I had created a coloring book, which I'll leave the link up or in the description as well. So here is the template, and this shows which parts our front cover needs to be on this side, our back cover on this side, and I'll ensure that there's nothing that will hide the barcode section and obscure the barcode after it's been placed, and nothing will be on the red sections of the book cover, right? Okay, so because I had already selected the image I want to use, let me just use that for our illustration, right? There is the image, yeah. So I'll just come over here and take that up there to the corner, yeah. Then I'll pull that and try to keep it as far away from, I don't want it to lay on top of the red section. So that's where you have it, yeah. And then I want to create the spine, yeah. So I'll come here over here to elements, and then I'll pick a shape. Yes, I'll pick this square shape, and then I'll have it cover the entire spine area. So let me zoom in so I can see where it gets to. Yes, there it is. And then for this, I had chosen a color for it. You'll choose the color of the shape. For me, that's the color I used, this yellow. And then I'll want to create now the items for the back side. So let me also upload. Okay, so I'll come over here to my coloring pages. Here are my coloring pages. Then I'll download them, yeah, where you had created your manuscript. Then you'll download as images, right? As PNG images. You'll download those specific pages. Since I have them, I'll upload them to that section, and then I'll be right back. So here are the 3 coloring pages that I've brought to the back, yeah. And then you'll just find a way. In fact, when you come over here to the template, click on the template, and you want to reduce the transparency, yeah, so that you'll be able to see clearer what you're working with, yeah. So here's one of them, and then I had already placed that maybe someplace there, yeah. Make sure they are of the same size. You can place them however you want. Then I had placed that to be, I think, that way, yeah. And then and I think that's gonna be okay at that point, yeah. And then I can now remove this after I've handled the spine and everything is where it's supposed to be. At that point, I can remove this template. So I'll just click on exit, yeah. And then I want to have a color for my background, right? And I had already chosen a color that was in the image, yeah. You can choose any color that you feel goes well with the front cover, sorry. So let's come back to our front page, right? What you can also do, if you want to have the entire cover, you want to keep the entire upper side and you want to have another lower side, you'll just have to expand it, where you'll come to edit image, crop right here, and then you'll click on expand, right? And then once you click on expand, you can choose whichever dimensions you'd like, but in this case I'll just drag that to the bottom because I want that cover to just have some extra flesh down here. I want Canva to add some extra flesh. That's a really nice feature that I found Canva has. So after you drag that to the bottom, you'll click on Magic Expand. Okay, and then at that point the results will pop up. Yeah, so you'll go over each of the results to see if there's any that suits you. That's the first result that was here, which shows a blank space. That's another one. The second one, not so bad. They've added a little flower at the bottom, which is really cute. There's that third one, and then there's that one, right? I think this one was really good. But if you're not satisfied with those results, you can always generate new results, right? Okay, as you can see, others were created with some bit of errors here and there. Yeah, so you can continue on and on until you find one that you like. I think this one is really good because you can have your title over here and your subtitle. But in this case, I decided that the space was enough for me to drag. So that's what I did. I dragged it to the bottom and then just cut that to the spine, right? And make sure that it's at the back. Yes, it's at the back. And then there we are with our image, right? Actually, I think I had it towards the edge because I wanted space to write some text. Right. Okay. So after that, we want to have some shadow like I had mentioned to you guys. So I'll just click on one and go to edit image. Then under effects, I'll come and find the shadows and click on glow. Yeah. Automatically, you'll have that set to black. So in this instance, because I want a contrasting color to the background, I'll choose white, right? Choose white, right? And then click on enter. Yeah. So let's see how that looks. You can adjust the size, the blur amount, yeah, to your liking. You can add the intensity or you can reduce it, right? However you please. And then you'll apply that to, and then you'll do the same for the others, right? You'll come over here to glow again, and then you'll select the color to white, right? And then you'll adjust the size, and then you can copy paste the specific numbers you've put in the first one and make sure that they're the same for all the three, right? Right. Then after you're done with the sizing up your images like you want them, you'll now have to write the text. So here we are. We'll just click on text, and then you'll add some text, right? And then I'll just go back to ChatGPT and get the blurb that I'll come and paste over here. Okay, so this is what I wrote. I wrote, please write a short, sweet blurb. Simple. And this is what I got. So I just came over here and got some text. Of course, I didn't paste the entire thing. I normally pick and choose some words that I'd like to use just to sort of customize it and make it my own. Yeah. So that's what I did. Let me just paste that. Let me just paste it as it is for demonstration purposes. Copy. And copy and paste. Yeah. Then we'll have to make that fit. Then I'll reduce the font size up here till it's to my liking. And then I had mentioned to you guys that I used Comic Sans, so I'll just switch that to Comic Sans. And since black is not really showing, I'll switch that to the font color as white, right? Right. Let's go to the bottom, and then I'll just write, this book is a celebration of strength, blah 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 blah. And then I'll remove these parts, and then yes, and then I want to come up here to alignment, and I can choose either to align on the left, right, or center, or justify, right? I love justify, it just looks neat. And ensure that the corners of the book, of the pages, are in line with your text, so that it just give it a clean look, right? Like that. Yeah, that's it for the text at the back. Yeah, so here we are at the front now. Yeah, that's our image, and then we want to now write the title. We'll add more text. Yeah, and then remember the text, the name was Empower Her. Yeah, as you can see, this font looks very common and a little bit boring. Sorry, Canva, but it just looks a little boring. That's why I love going to Creative Fabrica to get me some custom fonts. And I will leave a link again in the description for you to go get yourself some great fonts that you can use. So here it is. I remember I used handwritten regular. Here it is. Once you upload your fonts, they'll just show up on your font tab, right? Then I can just enlarge that as I please. Yeah. Then I can duplicate that. This is a duplicate button at the top, the two pluses. And then I'll write the subheading. And then I'll reduce that. Then I'll bring it back up here. I'll just use this to move the text around, right? And then this was a different font. This was cake and bread. Okay. And then now I'll play around with the colors so that you're able to see the text properly. So I'll select the text I want to change color, and I can just pick, yellow, or, any color, right? And then I'll pick the other one as blue, like I had. And then this one was black. You'll come and pick black straight at the bottom. And then remember, we had added effects so that the color can pop, and that's outline. And then we'll choose the outline color as white. And then you'll come over here and increase that thickness of the outline to where you prefer, right? As you can see, that looks great. Yes. And then we'll also do the same for our title. Here it is. We'll have our outline that's black in this case. So that's black. And then we can adjust that as we please. Yeah. And there we'll have it. At that point, there we have our cover. So that's the end of it. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. Subscribe and turn on that notification bell for more videos that will enrich your publishing life. I'm out.